Good morning, Year 6. Miss Erin here for your next reading skills session. I'm going to be carrying on with the theme of the ancient Egyptians for my reading skills sessions, just because I think it's useful information for you to have linking to our topic. So today we're going to be looking at an explanation text, so still on to non-fiction, and we're going to be looking at the Great Pyramid. We're actually going to be doing some work on the pyramids in the next couple of topic sessions, so this is really useful and handy and might be good for you to keep hold of some of the information that you gather from this text. Okay, so let's make a start. The Great Pyramid. From the Aztecs and Mayans to the ancient Egyptians, pyramids have long been a staple of ancient architecture. Perhaps the most famous of all are the three pyramids at Giza. The Great Pyramid is one of the oldest wonders of the world. It is also one of the best examples of an ancient pyramid anywhere on Earth. How was it built? Archaeologists aren't entirely sure how any of the pyramids were built. The large blocks of stone sometimes had to be transported hundreds of miles without the use of cranes. It is most likely that they were sent along the Nile on boats. Scientists have also discovered that the Egyptians wet the sand as they slid the blocks along. This would have made it much easier to push them. When it came to building the pyramid, the blocks were probably dragged up the slope from the first part of the build, and then a winding platform would be built inside the pyramid. This would have made it easier to get the heavier stone to the top. How much did it cost? It's almost impossible to work out how much a pyramid would have cost to build in ancient Egypt. Labour may have been free with the use of slaves, for instance. To build the Great Pyramid of Giza today would cost around $5 billion, which is roughly £3.8 billion, even using modern technology. Goodness me, how on earth do they manage it with the technology they had? How long did it take to build? The earliest information we have about the construction of the Great Pyramid was written 2,000 years after it was built. Therefore, we have no idea how accurate it is. It says it took 20 years to build using 100,000 slaves. Modern archaeologists think that it probably wouldn't have taken quite as long as that, and it may not have needed any slaves at all. That's interesting. Depends on what theory you go along with. How many pyramids are there? Depending on which source you use, there are between 80 and 120 known pyramids in ancient Egypt. The Great Pyramid is one of three at Giza. Not all pharaohs were buried in pyramids. By the time of the New Kingdom, pharaohs such as Tutankhamun were buried in tombs cut out of rocks in the Valley of the Kings. And we know about the New Kingdom, don't we? We know that the Egyptian civilization was broken up into the Old, Middle, and New Kingdoms. So Tutankhamun's reign, he would have been buried in a tomb rather than in his own pyramid. Okay, so that's the text, and then I'm just going to show you the questions, a bit like what the one that I did last Monday. There's a retrieval focus section, so this is just about retrieval, and then there is the Vipers questions that link to lots of different of those skills that we learn in reading. So it's completely up to you whether or not you do the retrieval questions, which actually are quite nice, using that skill of skimming and scanning through the text to help you find the answers, and then you've got the Vipers questions, which link to several different Vipers. So go ahead, pause the video now, have a go at the questions. Don't forget you can rewind through the video to see if you can find the information. So go ahead and pause the video now. Okay, I'm just going to show you the answers. So here we go. There's the answers to those questions. So these ones here, the top 5, are for the retrieval questions, and then you've obviously got the Vipers questions there. Okay, I hope you've enjoyed this reading skills session, and I'll see you again next week for another one linked to ancient Egypt. Bye.